Hey, how's it going? My name's Astra, and this is my submission for Friday Night Funkin'. So before we get into that, let me explain what Friday Night Funkin' is. Friday Night Funkin' is a 4-key rhythm game created by Ninja Muffin and a few other people. And I am currently playing in the Psych engine, which is a fan engine that basically adds a bunch of cool stuff like, you can change the note colors, you can adjust your controls, you can adjust your delay and combo. I'm not going to worry about that. You can change the fidelity of the graphics and stuff, and the FPS cap. You can adjust visuals, and you can even change gameplay stuff, so like middle scroll, down scroll, your offsets, your timing windows, etc. And even in the Psych engine, you can even add in mods, like the dialogue mod and my mod and stuff like that. But to start out, I'm going to be showing off some songs from the base game, just so we get a good idea of what's going on. So, first things first, we're going to try out this song. This is one of the favorites of the game by a lot of people. So, as you can see, there are notes coming up to the top of the line here. And the whole idea is that it's like DDR, where you gotta time it with the music. And the closer you are to perfectly accurate, the higher your percent is. And so that note splash is essentially the sick rating or the marvelous rating. As you can see, these songs are pretty good. So this song isn't the hardest, but it's definitely a good showcase of all the different mechanics. Nice GFC. Okay, so there are different patterns, staircase patterns, jackhammers, trills, etc. Those aren't exactly the most common in the base game songs, but you'll notice with a lot of the mechanics here, with a lot of the songs, there's like a call and response sort of deal. So as you can see, Senpai goes first. And then he goes again. And that's sort of the basis of it. And that's what makes it such a good introductory rhythm game. It's not terribly difficult, and it definitely helps you sort of know what's coming before it comes. And of course, some of the harder songs will have you playing during those portions, where it's going to show you what's next, so it's not exactly the most helpful when you start getting into the harder songs. but it's definitely a fun time. Okay, so keep this chart in mind when we get to another song. But for now, we're gonna show off, as you can see, it's a lot of songs here. But I'm gonna be showing off our next song. This is Guns. This is from week 7. It's probably my favorite song from the base game, honestly.
3, 2, 1, go!
And it includes Tank Man. As you can see, this game has a lot of Newgrounds influence. Like, obviously, you know, Tank Man being the flagship character. Oh, I missed. No. Oh, I think I know. I made a mistake. My scroll speed's wrong. That's fine. I'll live. I was noticing, I'm like, my scroll speed, it's, like, why is it so slow? And then I realized, I'm like, oh, I probably didn't set it on this, version. One thing that's a little unfortunate, about the Psych Engine, is that you can't set your scroll speed for all songs, you have to set them individually. And I didn't go in to set this song to my typical scroll speed. But I'm adjusting fine though, because I've played at the scroll speed before. This is actually one of my older scroll speeds that I've played at, so it's not too bad. So there we go. Yeah, as you saw, I mentioned, as you heard, I mentioned scroll speed. Scroll speed is the speed at which the notes scroll at. And so, you know, as you get better at rhythm games, you will increase your scroll speed because some songs will feel a lot more cluttered and you'll be able to read stuff faster and easier. So that increase in speed isn't really felt as much, as it's more helpful. Anyways, I've opened up another instance here to show off the B-sides. So I'm gonna show off our first instance of the B-sides. Did I set my scroll speed? I've not checked. I will set my scroll speed. So here's how you set your scroll speed. You just go into the editor here. And you just go in here. And I'm just gonna save I'll be fine. I'll just deal with it. It's fine. But as you can see, these are the B-sides, kind of inspired by the Celeste B-sides, where it's like a remixed version of the songs with harder charting. So these are all fan-made, which is really cool. But what's also interesting about it is that with more fan creations, is that you get more charting that is inspired by by like actual other rhythm games. So if you're familiar with 4-key rhythm games, you probably have heard of Osumania, Stepmania, Eterna, Quaver, stuff like that, which contains a lot more technical charting. And so this version here, well, I'll just exit out. But as you can see, this modded version has more technical charting than the base release. So yeah, I didn't set my scroll speed at all. That's fine. I'll just have to manually set it for the next few. So remember Roses? Already more technical. And I really love this remix. So as you can see, there's not as much call and response as it's a lot of, you'll be playing a lot of original stuff. Wow, I missed there. Anyways, here it's more call and response. But yeah, as you can see, there were instances where there wasn't exactly call and response, and the character boyfriend was singing his own little thing. Like here. He was singing his own thing, and so you're going to be seeing that more in some of the other songs. So yeah, that is Roses, B-side. I'm just gonna quickly close that. And then we're gonna go do Thorns, which I'm gonna have to set my scroll speed again because I forgot to set my scroll speed. Stuff to remember for next time. This would have actually been fine, but I like playing at 2.6 because it's just the most comfortable. God. Jeez, okay. But if there's one thing to take away from this game is that the music is great. Nice, I got that jackhammer pattern. So that song actually had a good bit of everything. What I was talking about with staircases, trills, and jackhammers. So what a trill is it's basically a back and forth motion with your fingers between two notes. And then a jackhammer, which we'll see a lot more of later, is when you play two of the same note in a row, two or more of the same note in a row, really quickly. And then a staircase, which we're going to be seeing a lot more of coming up. 1 second. There it is. It's going to be a lot of staircases for this song. And this is our first, like, a fully original. Okay, I'm changing my scroll speed. That is not my scroll speed. Jeez, okay. As you can see, a lot of staircases, where you basically play a little down like a staircase. As you can see, I'm already... It's a huge jump from what I was just playing. It was actually kind of jarring. So yeah, as you can see, a lot less, like, full call and response. It's a lot of, you know, you're doing your own thing at the same time, with a bit of call and response mixed in because, you know, that's sort of the theming. That's not going to carry you, ultimately. Alright, sweet. And now that's done. And I gotta friggin' go in. Okay. So yeah, that is that. And one of the big things is you probably were wondering, how do you read that? It's just so many notes. And it's one of those things you practice and practice and practice, and reading is just something that you learn as you go, and you get better and better at as you keep practicing, and playing different charts over and over and over until you really nail it down. Also coming up, this is sort of the flashing lights portion. We're going to be seeing a little bit more effects, and it's going to be a lot more notes on the screen as well, so it may also be a little rough on the eyes. Otherwise, I guess in we go. Is my scroll speed set on this? I wonder. Oh. Don't crash. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is good. I love these songs a lot. And just the creativity of all the different mod creators and stuff. They just do a fantastic job. And like huge props to the people who chart this songs. Like it is not easy to make a good chart. Yeah, there's madness. And as you can see, you know, as I was mentioning, the charting, it is so hard to make a good chart. And have one that's really, you know, grabbing. And so that's why I think, you know, it's huge props to the people who are charting and, you know, doing all the code for these songs and stuff. And especially because, you know, a lot of these songs that I'm playing came out before the Psych Engine even existed. So you have all these really interesting charts that were made from some of the like bare bones tools with basic engine, the Cade engine. And now we have the Psych Engine, which is just so easy to mod with now that like I was able to get all these songs in here with no issue, which is really cool. But yeah, next up is Foolhardy from the Zardy mod. And this is our first sort of stamina chart. As you're going to see, this song is a bit longer than average. I think my scroll speed is not set. This is a theme. It is 2.7, isn't it? 2.9. I can play that fine, but I want to make sure I'm playing at my comfort level.
3, 2, 1, go.
There we go. But yeah, this is Foolhardy. Definitely a lot longer than some of the other songs we played. Known for its length, really, and it's the first time of having some more tricky charting. Or not really tricky charting, but more meta-based charting. Obviously, it's not anywhere close to what, you know, the highest level of 4K can possibly be. But it was sort of a good glimpse at where things could be going. And sort of this emphasis on more tricky and difficult charting, for better and for worse. So nice little break here. kind of messing up a little bit, but it's fine. Jeez. Alright, there that is. Now, speaking of old and OG charting, which I think is like about 2 months until the anniversary of this mod. Ballistic, or better known as the Witty mod. So I could show off the modern chart. I could show off the retrospector chart. But I wouldn't be doing this song a good... I wouldn't be doing very much good for, you know, this mod and this... this chart if I didn't show off this version of the chart, because it is the OG. It is the first hard chart, and it did sort of push the community in the sort of idea of having the hardest chart possible with some questionable charting decisions. And you know, I feel like as I didn't like this chart originally, but as time has gone on, I've grown to appreciate it, what it means, and the fun it can bring, especially when you know, actually get good at forky rhythm games and stuff. It's been, you know, 2 years. It's been about a year since I started, so it's really cool. So we're gonna start it off, and you're gonna see it's a lot of jackhammers. I'm gonna get some focus mode. Yes, we have to play that. Okay, not bad for a cold play there. So yeah, there you go. That is Ballistic, the original. I think it is such an important song to the game's history, where we are today, and, you know, all the cool stuff that can come from it. And that was just a taste of it all, you know? There's so much that comes with this game and all the stuff, all that cool stuff. Now, huge shout-outs, credits to the Psych Engine team, Shadow, Mario, Marath0n, and BB Panzu, alongside the different engine contributors and the original crew that made the original game. And special shoutouts to K-Dev. He doesn't really work on the game anymore, but he is sort of the basis for a lot of what mods are today. And I think that's just really, really cool. Anyways, if you want to check out Friday Night Funkin' for yourself, you can go on to, we can just look up Friday Night Funkin', and you will get, you know, the base page. If you want to play with week 7, you can play on the Newgrounds release of it. It shows off all the weeks and stuff. I recommend that. It has a more fixed input system. And then if you are interested in the engine that I'm playing on, just search up Psych Engine, and that'll come up, and then you can just find whatever mods, download them, and you can play those versions, or you can drag and drop those mod files into the game and play it how I did. Anyways, that's enough for me. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for considering me for the marathon. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.